Morning, all. All right, so we have a very busy night tonight in the National Hockey League. 13 games. There would have been 14, but the Calgary game against Nashville's been postponed. So, yeah, the only teams not playing tonight, other than Calgary and Nashville, are Arizona, Chicago, Washington, and the Anaheim Ducks. Outside of that, everybody's playing. We start at 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock Pacific. We've got 5 games starting then. The Vegas Golden Knights, 16 and 11, in against the 14 8 and 2 Boston Bruins. Boston coming off of what was a very successful road trip, and they'll be looking to add to it. Vegas has been picking up some steam lately themselves, so we'll see how it goes. This is the first of 2 meetings. They meet again on March 3rd. Mark Stone, 15 games, 4 goals, 15 assists, 19 points. Huge difference in Vegas's amount of high danger chances, I would think, when he's on the ice as opposed to when he's not. And when he's in the lineup, it makes a huge difference to their attack. The Boston Bruins, Bergeron, 9 goals, 13 assists, 22 points. After what was a slow start by his standards, he has really turned things on. Also at 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock Pacific, the LA Kings in against the Tampa Bay Lightning. The Kings, 12 10 and 4 on the season. The Tampa Bay Lightning, 17 6 and 4. And it's been an amazing run for Tampa. For the Kings, you never know what you're going to get. This is the first of 2 meetings. They meet again on January 18th. Rasmus Kupari, 3 goals, 3 assists, 6 points. He's had some games where he's been very prominent for the Kings. I expect more scoring out of him, especially as we get towards the second half of the season. It just feels like he's one of those rookies that's really going to pick up his scoring as the season goes along. And Colton, for Tampa Bay, 2 goals, 7 assists, 9 points, providing them with some pretty good depth play. And the kid line that he's on has been very good for them. 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 Pacific is also the start time for the Ottawa Senators and the Florida Panthers. And these two teams would appear to be going in opposite directions. However, the 8 16 and 1 Ottawa Senators have been winning some games lately that they would have been losing a few weeks ago. For Florida at 18 5 and 4, they had that fantastic start. They've had some good stretches, but is there a vulnerability there that maybe Ottawa comes in and steals a win? Probably not, because Florida's fantastic at home. But we'll see. This is the first of 4 meetings. They'll meet again on March 3rd, March 26th, as well as April 28th. On the Ottawa side, Josh Norris, 12 goals, 7 assists. He's had a very good season so far. Aaron Ekblad, 8 goals, 16 assists, 24 points. He's that guy who's doing everything that Norris Trophy defenseman would normally would do. The difference is he doesn't get a lot of attention because he plays for the Florida Panthers. Yeah, I'll get there. But yeah, so we'll see how his season continues to unfold and whether or not he really gets into those Norris conversations. 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock Pacific is also the start time for New Jersey and Philadelphia, who are meeting for the third and final time, which is going to make New Jersey sad. The Devils have won both meetings. November 28th, they won 5-2. December 8th, they won 3-0. So New Jersey will be sad to see the last of Philly. New Jersey's 10 11 and 5 on the season, which means they're 8 11 and 5 when they're not playing Philly. Philly's 10 12 and 4, which means they're 10 10 and 4 when they're not playing New Jersey. And this will be interesting. Mercer is always an interesting one to watch for the Devils. Almost said the Islanders. 7 goals, 8 assists, 15 points for Mercer on the season. And Giroux, 10 goals, 13 assists, 23 points. Up and down season for him, as it's been for most of the members of the Philadelphia Flyers. So we'll see how things go for him. And as well for them. 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 Pacific, the Montreal Canadiens in against Pittsburgh. This is also a final meeting. So even though we're, a third of the way into the season, we've got a lot of teams that are meeting each other for the final time. The previous meetings, 6 goals were needed. 6-0 was the score for Pittsburgh in the first meeting. 6-3 was the final score for Montreal. So why not? The winner will get 6 goals tonight. I have no idea who it's going to be. Probably Pittsburgh, though. Montreal 6-20 and 3 on the season. It's been a miserable year for them. Whereas Pittsburgh 14 8 and 5. They've been playing pretty well. We'll see how things go tonight. Nick Suzuki, 6 goals, 12 assists, 18 points. He's been off to, I don't think, the kind of start to the season that was expected of him. I think through 29 games, 18 points is low. However, it's better than how it started. And Rodriguez, 8 goals, 11 assists, 19 points. Only 1 more point than Suzuki, but that's where it shows that expectations make a difference. Nothing was expected of Rodriguez, and yet here we are. He has 19 points already on the season. And then we go a half an hour later, 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific, the New York Islanders and the Detroit Red Wings meet for the second of 3 times this year. December 4th, Detroit won this meeting 4-3 in overtime. The Islanders are 7-11-5. Detroit's 13-12-3, and they're coming off of a rough road trip. So they'll be looking to get back into the win column tonight against an Islanders team that's struggling to get some wins strung together themselves. Wahlstrom, 8 goals, 5 assists for him, 13 points. Wahlstrom's a very dangerous forward, and if his goal scoring gets to the level where it should, that'll help the Islanders out a lot. Moritz Seider, 3 goals, 16 assists, 19 points. Amazing rookie season continues. And the final meeting between these teams will be December 29th. So they're about 2 weeks away from their final meeting of the season. This one will be interesting. 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 Pacific. Very interested in this one. The Carolina Hurricanes, who of course will be without Sebastian Aho as well as others going into this one, as they are one of the many that are felled by protocol lists growing. 19-7-1 for Carolina on the season, coming off of a loss against the Vancouver Canucks. The Minnesota Wild are 19-8-1. So very similar records between these two teams. The first of 2 meetings, the other meeting scheduled to go April 2nd. Svechnikov, 9 goals, 12 assists, 21 points. Pretty solid run for Svechnikov throughout. Without Sebastian Aho, more of the scoring. Basically, he will be counted on to do more scoring for as long as Aho's out. Marcus Foligno, 13 goals, 6 assists, 19 points. Excellent start to the season for Foligno. We'll see how long he can continue to score at that pace. 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 Pacific, also the start time for Buffalo and Winnipeg, the Jets. So this is where it gets tough for me, because then we've got 8 games on at once. It becomes 9, and then it becomes 11. So, yeah. So Buffalo, 8-15-4 on the season, in against the 13-9-5 Winnipeg Jets. Kyle Okposo, 6 goals, 13 assists, 19 points. Continues his resurgence. He's on pace for what, about 60 points? That'd be huge for him. Scheifele, 7 goals, 10 assists, 17 points. He will be needing to keep his scoring up there while Wheeler's out for the next little while. This is the first of 2 meetings. They meet again on March 30th. And really, Winnipeg needs to win this game. This is one of those ones you look at in the schedule and go, we need the 2 points there, because that's an opponent who has a poor record as opposed to some of the other opponents we're going to face. So we'll see how it goes there. Then at 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific, the Dallas Stars at home against the St. Louis Blues. This one should be interesting too. Dallas won the first meeting November 20th. They won that one 4-1. For St. Louis, they're now 15-8-5. They should be getting some guys back for this one, and we'll see how it goes. Dallas, 13-10-2, coming off of what was a really rough road trip. They should have won that game in Vegas, but coulda, woulda, shoulda, right? And they didn't. Hintz, 11 goals, 7 assists, 18 points. Rope Hintz is really the catalyst of the offense. At least the best catalyst, who's not named Jason Robertson at this point. Honorable mention to Joe Pavelski. That's the entire line. Colton Parayko, 2 goals, 11 assists, 13 points. A defenseman who doesn't get nearly enough attention as things stand. He's been very good for St. Louis. This is the second of 4 meetings. They'll meet again on December 17th, so this is the first half of a home and home, and then they meet again on January 9th. Then we move to 9 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Pacific, the New York Rangers and the Colorado Avalanche. On December 8th, Colorado won this meeting 7-3 in New York. New York will be looking for some measure of revenge. New York, 18-6-3, but there may be some cracks showing with some recent outings being as they are. Gerard Gallant was very vocal after that loss against Nashville about how they were boys playing against men. We'll see how it goes tonight against Colorado, who are 16-7-2, and their record keeps getting better. Adam Fox, 5 goals, 24 assists, 29 points. Absolutely fantastic season for him thus far. And there's Cale Makar, 12 goals, 13 assists, 25 points. Also an excellent season. And I would not be surprised if Makar scores 30 goals this year. That wouldn't surprise me. And that may be enough to get him a Norris Trophy. But again, we'll see. It'll be fun to watch Fox and Makar against each other tonight. 9 o'clock Eastern, 6 Pacific. The Toronto Maple Leafs and the Edmonton Oilers in their first meeting of the year. The 19-8-2 Toronto Maple Leafs with Austin Matthews, who's been red hot lately. 18 goals, 13 assists, 31 points. So Matthews is in the hunt when it comes to the goal scoring title. I still think he'll I don't know that he'll win it, but he'll be close. Draisaitl for the 16-10 Edmonton Oilers now. 23 goals, 22 assists, 45 points. His totals are fantastic, but it has been more slow going during the last 5 games where Edmonton's been having trouble with winning those games. We'll see how it goes between them and the Leafs tonight. I thought about wearing a Leafs or an Oilers jersey for the preview, and I thought, nope, leaving that one alone. So the next meeting between these teams will be January 5th. That'll be in Toronto. We'll see how that goes. 10 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Pacific start time for one more game here. The Vancouver Canucks at home against Columbus. So this very successful homestand continues. November 26th, Columbus won this meeting in Columbus 4-2. So this is the final meeting here. So we have, how many? 4 final meetings? 4 final meetings on the board, including this one. Columbus 14-11-1 on the season. It's been a one-up, one-down kind of year for them. Texier, 9 goals, 5 assists, 14 points. Texier finally starting to put up the goals that I thought he had the talent to do years ago. Connor Garland for the 12-15-2 Canucks. Been quite the spark plug for them. 9 goals, 12 assists, 21 points for Garland. And yeah, the Canucks record is still bad, but it's not as bad as it was. The 12-15-2, it's better than the 8-15-2 they were rocking a week ago. So I'm fine with that. Then at 10:30 Eastern, 7:30 Pacific, the Seattle Kraken in against the San Jose Sharks. Seattle's 9-15-3 on the season. On the road, they've had more struggles than at home, and it looked like they got it together. They'd won 4 out of 5, and now they've regressed again. So we'll see how things work against San Jose, who are 15-12-1. This is the first of 4 meetings between these teams. They'll meet again on January 20th, February 27th, and they will close out the season against one another on April 29th. For San Jose, Timo Meier, 11 goals, 17 assists, 28 points, has been fantastic. He is off to the kind of start to a season that you would have wanted him to get to last season, and he didn't. But this year, absolutely has been fantastic. And Jonas Donskoi is not allowed to get a goal. He has 13 assists, which isn't bad, but he's not allowed to get a goal. There's been a couple of them where they probably would have been his goal, but they get tipped by a teammate kind of thing. That's just the luck he's having right now. So there you go. Let me know in the comment section below your winners, all that other fun stuff. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.